Disclaimer: this video is just for entertainment purpose, so if you are homophobic, kindly leave. This story has nothing to do with Idol's real life. This is all my imagination, so just name Kim Taehyung most dangerous mafia of the world. Age 28, have no one except his second trusted man who he treats like his brothers. Status: single, don't have trust in love. Just because he is mafia, that doesn't mean he is monster. His heart also wants to love someone, but he always shuts this thought off. Name Jungkook, works in a coffee shop, cute, sensitive, and innocent person, age 22. His appa married when his amma died because of cancer. Jungkook's age was 15 then. His appa got married to that so that Jungkook can have mother's love, but his stepmother treat him like a maid, but not in front of his appa. And Jungkook also never told because he don't want to be the reason of their quarrel. Author POV. One day after doing his Jungkook approached his house only to find out dangerous looking man wearing mask sitting on couch while his father standing in front of him with his head low. That man noticed Jungkook. He gave him cold glare while Jungkook's father said him to leave. Jungkook left to the room and came in, sit in his room wondering what is going on. After some minutes that man came in and said, "Pack your essential belongings, you are coming with me as my wife. Here, sign the marriage certificate." That man threw marriage certificate at table in front of Jungkook. Jungkook, what? No, I will not do this. Appa, he started to call his father. Taehyung's hand shoots out with lightning speed, grabbing Jungkook's wrist in an iron grip as he reached to the doorknob. His eyes flash with a dangerous warning. Taehyung. His voice is a low growl as he pulls him closer, his face inches from Jungkook's. Listen carefully, because I won't repeat myself. Your father has made a deal. This marriage is happening, whether you like it or not. His grip tightens slightly, emphasizing his control. Jungkook, why are you doing this to me? What I did to you? I don't even know you. Please leave me, let me go. He cried, scared from that devil's dark. Dark aura. Taehyung. Expression softens briefly at his tears, but his grip remains firm. He leans in closer, his hot breath against Jungkook's ear. This isn't personal, it's business. Your father owns me, and this is how he is repaying the debt. Jungkook's father came with his wife. Son worried. Jungkook, run to his father. Appa, who is this man and what he is saying? No, you didn't allow him for this, right? He asked while tears was falling from his eyes. Mr. Jeon's wife, with dirty smile. It's true, my dear son. You are going to marry him. And you know who allowed this? Your lovely Appa. She said, getting happy. Finally, she can get rid from Jungkook as she never likes him. Jungkook, no, Appa, please don't do this. I will do everything what you will say, please. He cried while holding Mr. Jeon's arm. Mr. Jeon, I'm sorry, son, but I took money from him. But now, which I can't able to return it. I'm sorry, I shouldn't take money. I'm regretting. Now I don't have other options, he cried, hugging Jungkook. Jungkook, hug him back, crying. Mr. Jeon, I'm sorry, son, I can't be your good father. I am bad, very bad. I know, I am sorry. He was crying badly. Jungkook, wiping his appa's tears. No, Appa, you are not bad. You are the best father of mine. Please don't cry, Appa. He himself was hiccuping. Here, the Mafia King Kim Taehyung was getting angry seeing their family drama. Taehyung pulled his gun out and pointed at Mr. Jeon. Don't waste my time, Jeon, by your family drama. Say your son to sign these marriage papers or you are ready to die. Devil eyes, Jungkook. Become scared, he stand in front of his appa, hiding him behind. No, please don't do anything to my appa. I will sign these papers, please. He begged while crying. Theon smiled. Good, do it fast. I don't have time to waste, he said with his dark, husky voice. Jungkook signed the papers with her shaky hands. Theon grabs the marriage certificate off the table. We are leaving now. He starts heading towards the door, pulling Jungkook along. Ah, leave me. It's hurting, he cried, feeling his tight grip around his soft, fragile hand. He silenced Jungkook and carried him in his arm and carried him in his car and left for his big mansion house, where no one could hear Jungkook's cries. At Taehyung's mansion, Jungkook was wiggling and crying in his arm to let him free, but Taehyung didn't care. He entered in his room and threw Jungkook on bed. He left, locked the room from out, and said, Taehyung, you are mine now, and you will stay here until you learn to obey me. Don't bother trying to escape. The house is secure, and the guards will make sure you don't leave. He locks the door and walks out, leaving that scared soul alone in the room. Jungkook cried, sitting there helplessly, feeling pathetic that he can't even save himself. Scared from Taehyung, of course, he knows Taehyung is Mafia King. He listened about his cruelty from TV, which was making him more scared from him. Many thoughts was running in his mind like, now what will he do to him or maybe used his like he hugged his knees tightly and cried more, thinking these horrible things. Taehyung doesn't return for hours. Jungkook hears the sound of a car pulling up outside, then heavy footsteps approaching the house. He huddled on the bed, terrified of what's to come. The room door creaks open, and Taehyung walks in, loosening his tie as he enters. Taehyung's gaze meets Jungkook's scared, teary, red eyes, his expressions unreadable. He slowly unbuttons his shirt, revealing a. He starts unbuckling his belt, his eyes never leaving Jungkook's. Taehyung, come here, he orders. His voice was low. He waits, his hand on his belt buckle. Jungkook becomes scared. His tears fall like a river, thinking, is he going to hit him? He didn't move from his place. Taehyung, his patience is wearing thin, and he is growing angrier by the second. Now he growls, his hand tightening around the belt buckle. He takes a step closer to the bed, his eyes blazing with frustrations and something else. Jungkook stand up hurriedly and took baby steps to him, still shaking from fear, looking down. Taehyung grabs Jungkook's wrist, pulling him closer. He wraps the belt around his wrist, binding them together tightly. He then grabs a silk scarf from the dresser and uses it to blindfold Jungkook. You are too jumpy, he mutters, his hot breath fanning against Jungkook's ears. Jungkook, shiver run down his spine. What are you doing? Why are you blindfolded me? He panicked. Taehyung ignores his questions, instead focusing on securing the blindfold in place. Once he is satisfied, he stands up, lifting Jungkook effortlessly into his arms. Shut up and stay still, he commands, carrying him. Jungkook's heart was beating fast. His mind was saying, this is your end, he is going to kill you. He tied his hold around Taehyung's neck, being scared. Taehyung carries him into what feels like a bathroom. He sets him down on a cold, hard surface, likely a counter or vanity. Jungkook can hear the sound of running water. I'm not going to kill you, he says as if reading that scared soul's mind. Jungkook gasped loudly, scaredly, like how that devil knew what he was thinking. He was trembling by fear, but still he dared to ask. Then why you take me here? Taehyung, don't get scared from me. You are my wife now, and you need to learn to trust me. And you need to calm down now. He reaches out, untying his dress and pushing it off his shoulders. Jungkook pulled the shirt above and said while crying, what are you doing? Please don't do this to me. I'm not that type of guy. Please. He hid his bare skin with his hands feeling so exposed, scared, and uncomfortable. Theon catches his waist, pulling his hands away from his body. I told you to trust me. He growled, his voice was low. He guides Jungkook's bone waist to rest on the edge of the counter, out of his reach. Keep them there. He runs his hands over Jungkook's body. Gentler now, his touch is firm but not unkind. He lifts him and steps Jungkook into a warm bath, the water bubbling around him. He washes Jungkook's body, slowly, methodically, as if he were a child. Relax. I'm just washing your body, nothing much. Don't be scared. And now you are my wife. You should learn to use to my touch. He murmurs. Jungkook heart was beating fast. He was embarrassed because now he was fully bare in front of Theon. He was still trying to hide his body while tears was falling from his eyes. Please don't, he whispered helplessly. Theon pries his fingers away, his strong hands gently but firmly pinning his wrist at his sides. I told you to stop hiding. There is nothing to hide. I am your husband now, and today is our first night. So don't you dare to hide, because now you are mine. I have rights to do many more things with you, he says in husky voice, his voice low. He resumes washing Jungkook, his touch gentle yet dominant. Jungkook, body trembled, hearing that devil's word. His tears were soaking the blindfold. He removed his hand and kept them on his face to hide because he was feeling uncomfortable and embarrassed from his touch. After finishing washing Jungkook, he lifts him out of the bath and wraps him in a plush robe, then carry him back to his bedroom, sitting him down on the bed. He removed the blindfold and the bed. Suddenly, Taehyung pushed Jungkook on the bed and hovered over him. Jungkook widened his eyes. "Oh, what are you doing?" He tried to push Taehyung by keeping his hands on his muscular chest. Taehyung growled angrily. Don't push me away. I told you before also. You are my wife now, so you should behave like that only. He pinned his hand above his head. Jungkook got scared by the closeness, his doe eyes filled with tears. Please don't do this. I'm not ready, please. He cries helplessly. He was unable to breathe properly. Theon tenses at his tears and Please, plead. A flicker of hesitation crossing his face. He pulls back slightly, studying Jungkook's tear-stained face. It's alright. Take a deep breath, little one. Okay, I'm not doing anything. See? He don't know why this boy's tears was affecting him. Thinks if he wants he can get anything, then why his heart pains seeing this little boy this much scared and trembling in front of him. Is he falling for this boy? This thing was making him frustrated. He reaches out, gently wiping away his tears with his thumb. He continues to wipe away Jungkook's tear, which was falling continuously. His touch was gentle and soothing. He pulls him into a hug, holding him tightly against his chest. It's okay, he repeats, his voice a low rumble against Jungkook's ear. I won't do anything. You are not ready for, not yet. Jungkook subconsciously hugged Taehyung back while fisting on his collar tightly. Really, you will not do anything, innocent teary eyes. Taehyung pulls back, cupping Jungkook's face in his large hands. He looks into his tear-filled eyes. His own gaze was intense but not unkind. I promise you, I won't force myself on you. Not tonight, not ever, unless you want me to. Jungkook feels less scared now, seeing sincereness in his dark, emotionless eyes. He looked at him silently. Taehyung looks at him for a long moment, then sighs and pulls Jungkook back on top of him, making him lay there, holding him like a child. Jungkook didn't resist. Taehyung stays like that for a long time, his heart beating steadily against Jungkook's. Sleep, he murmurs. Eventually, we will talk in the morning. Jungkook. His heart feels peace in Tai's warm, embarrassed. He don't know why, but when Tai say he will not do anything until he say, his heart fluttered. Suddenly, he started to feel little safe around him. He took a deep breath while closing his eyes, feeling peace. Taehyung POV. I feel him relax in my arms, his breathing evening out as sleep claims him. I hold him close, my own thoughts racing. I hadn't expected to feel protective and caring towards him, not like this. But there was something about his fear, his innocence, that was making me to protect him, care for him, and maybe love him. He feels Jungkook's body relax further. He leans down, nuzzling his face into his neck. He breathes in his scent deeply, his body tensing as he feels a sudden, overwhelming urge to mark Jungkook as his. Taehyung forces himself to pull back his body, shuddering as he fights the urge to sink his teeth into Jungkook's delicate skin. He takes several deep breaths, trying to regain control. He whispers, You are a grown man, not a beast, Taehyung. I won't claim you like this, my little one, not when you are scared and asleep. He settles for gently running his fingers through Jungkook's hair, marveling at its softness. He vows to himself that he will be patient with his little one, that he will earn his trust and his desire. He knows it won't be easy, but something about Jungkook makes him want to try. He adjusts his hold on Jungkook, shifting him onto his side so he can spoon behind him. He buries his face in his hair, breathing his addictive sweet scent. He falls back into a restless sleep, his dreams filled with gunshots, blood, and a pair of tear-filled eyes. To be continued.